I'm about to lose my brain stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations, I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets. We only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Inequality.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets. We only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got
This is the sound of Inequality.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you have not done so already, be sure to get the likes up. Please like and share. You know they have the Queen Shadow Band on all of my channels. Okay, so also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. All right, so let's get ready to get into it. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you always know that you can exit stage to the left and unsubscribe. No need to make an announcement on your way out. All right, hey, Wendy, Miss CC, Latasha, Millie, Stacy, RG Titan, Pearly, Christopher, Ayon. All right, Courtney J, Buckhorse DC. Okay, Mr. Elevation, Cherokee Descendant Dale, Janelle, Stacy Quinn, Bithia. All right, Junior Thorpe's in the house. Sandra, Re-Educated Soul, Root Trackers, Eduardo. Mr. Hotel said the Nancy Drew of journalism, Beaches. Thank you, beloved. Bree H is here. All right, Pearly, did I say you? Hey, y'all, TV is here. It says, looking beautiful. Thank you, beloved. All right, Danielle is here. Andrea is here. Carlton. Okay, so let's get into it. Cut the bullshit. Wayman is in here. All right, I see you, Deronda. All hell no, Mike Love. All right, M. Dax. So with that all been said, shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. Let's get into it. Now, hey, Maurice. So you all remember, those of you who tuned in yesterday, I played the audio from Prophet Manasseh Jordan talking about grooming and how it goes on in the church with these bishops and pastors. And some of you said in the comment section that he sounded, and I remember specifically Christopher. Hey, Christopher, said we love this work. I remember Christopher specifically said that Prophet Jordan sounded as though he had been through this because he knew so much about it. Well, according to Larry Reid, he has been through it. Now, he said he wasn't a victim, and so that made me think that, you know, likely this didn't happen to him. But nonetheless, Larry Reid had some things to say about that, which we'll get into momentarily. But before we get into that, let's talk about some of the, well, you know what? Let's not even start with that. Let's talk about the color purple for a second first. Let's talk about the color purple because it has far exceeded expectations. Okay. The amount that they thought that it would make, that it was projected to make, it far exceeded that, making $18 million on opening day alone, not the entire weekend, but just on opening day alone. I believe one projection was for it to gross about 13 million within the weekend. Okay, so with that all being said, RG Time said that guy wasn't lying though. Eddie Long, anyone? Right. We'll get into it. Okay, so now they far succeeded expectations and they made $18 million on opening day just alone. With that all being said, that is the second biggest Christmas Day opening in history outside of Sherlock Holmes, which opened with a $24.9 million, okay, years ago. So it looks like they're doing good at the box office, but hold on, because I just happened to find out that Michelle Obama actually spoke on Taraji P. Henson crying over her pay. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know if she was crying over her pay from The Color Purple or crying over her pay altogether in the history of her doing her actressing work. But with that all being said, I find it interesting because everybody wants to speak up about Taraji, and I'm good. That's good. I'm glad they're giving her their support. But I find it interesting, as I told you days ago, that none of these same people had a word to say when it was all about Monique. When Monique was calling out the inequality, when she was calling out the bias and all of that, nobody stood alongside her in unison. And now even the first lady has come out and spoke. You know, it just makes me wonder. You see, when Monique said, when she was on the Breakfast Club talking to Charlemagne the Devil, when she was talking to him and she said something about being a big black woman, okay, being a fat black woman. Remember when she said that? That people feel like she should just be happy to be invited. That's what it seems like now to me. Because how come no one spoke up for Monique? How come no one stood in unison with Monique, but all these people have so much to say when it comes to Taraji? Is it because Taraji is a light-skinned, attractive woman that they think she's more attractive than Monique? I'm not saying this is what people think, but I have questions. I just have legitimate questions because why didn't anyone say anything in Monique's defense? Okay, even Gabrielle Sidibe, even she, who was in the movie Precious with Monique, didn't say anything. And in fact, later called Monique a hater. Tried to act like Monique was hating on Taraji, but I find it all very interesting. So with that all being said, let's go to a clip of some audio from back when Monique and her husband, Sidney, were expressing, you know, what people were saying and about the accusations of her being a hater, mad at Taraji and all of this stuff. Let's go back to that. I'm going to play this clip and I want you all to listen. But before I do that, let's look at Oprah's little celebration for The Color Purple that she posted on her Instagram. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
Here we are. This just in from Jeff Goldstein, head of marketing for Warner Brothers. Team TCP, Merry Christmas and congratulations on our launch. TCP is off to an amazing start. Exceeding aggressive expectations. Yes! We're now headed at the moment to come in the range of 18 million today. Yes. At one this day. Level, TCP would be the largest Christmas Day isn't over, and we still have evening shows left, so these grosses aren't final yet. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, America! Yes! Thank you, America! Thank you, America! Family.
All right, so shout out to them for the color purple being successful. Okay, shout out to them. Now, here's the thing, because we should support our people definitely. Someone just asked me in the chat, Queen, Bree says, Queen, did you see the video of Karens, is what I'll call them, posting Taraji's homes as if she can't be struggling because she owns 3 properties, as if what she's saying about her pay is somehow speculative? Well, here's the thing. There's going to always be some of them that say those types of things. I find it very interesting because when I was reading through the comments online about Taraji crying about her pay, there were some people, Karens and Kens, who were saying basically that, you know, she's no Angelina Jolie. That's what one of them said. She's no Angelina Jolie. Why is she complaining? I'm sorry, but Taraji is way better than Angelina Jolie. All right, let's just keep it real. So that's the kind of thing some of them were saying, you know, and saying, oh, you're a millionaire. Just be quiet. and all of these things. So, this is what we get when our people speak out about inequality and complain about certain things. There are some who want to paint the narrative that everything is fair. There's no such thing as inequality in this country any longer. We've made all these strides and come so far, and everybody just needs to quit whining and playing the victim and the race card. That's what we get some people saying. But we know that isn't true. And so for people like that, I just ignore them, okay? Because at the end of the day, we know that some people love to paint narratives. Okay, that's what we do know. So with that all being said, I'm going to play this clip of Monique and her husband, Sydney, talking to Ryan Cameron. And this was from years ago when all this stuff was going on with Monique talking about the inequality of pay. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
I want to talk to Raji. Mm-hmm. I want to talk the butler. Yes. I want you to clear up something because I just saw something.
Okay.
That was shared with me, and I saw it. I know this is to be true. There is a script of the butler sent to you and to Sydney from Lee Daniels' management. It came from his office. It is a script of the butler.
Yes.
Yet in all of the social media and the post and the back and forth, they are saying that never happened, that you were never offered a part in Empire or the butler. But I just saw the script from the butler from Lee Daniels' team to your team. So something, as my grandmother would say, may she rest in peace, there's a fly in the milk here, Sydney.
I think Keith Sweat said it best. Something just ain't right.
You better know those lyrics, okay?
That's what I do.
So let's talk about the Empire and Taraji, and, people are saying, well, she wasn't offered that part either.
Yes. The one thing that I want to say in reference to my sister, our sister, Taraji P. Henson, Cookie Lines was meant for that sister. Mm-hmm. No one else could play that role the way she is playing that role. And we're saying, please keep supporting that entire cast of Empire because what they're doing is amazing. They're breaking records. And when people wanted to make this a Monique versus Taraji, that's not what this is by no means, because that's our sister.
Right.
And we're supportive and cheerleading her on. However, this has nothing to do with that. So we wanted to clear it up. Guys, this is not me saying, oh, I'm mad with Taraji or Taraji has a problem with me. By no means. Me and that sister ain't doing nothing but hugging each other with our arms wrapped around each other saying, baby, go get yours. Go do it. With the butler, you just saw that script.
I saw the script.
Now, you don't normally get scripts just to read a script, just to read it. I was offered the part of Gloria. With Empire, and as Sydney said, more to come, I was offered the part of Cookie. Now, I don't have an issue with Mr. Daniels saying, you know what, they want to go with Taraji.
Right.
No problem. But the way that played out is a problem. And now to be saying Monique was never a thought, we never even wanted to hire Monique for this. Well, again, when you start seeing the communications that went back and forth, what I have said publicly, and I'll say it now to Mr. Daniels and to Mr. Strong. And with Mr. Strong, who's actually making the statements, I was never offered.
Tweet, Danny Strong. Monique was never offered roles in Empire or the Butler. # setting the record straight at Lee Daniels sent.
And I appreciate him saying that because Mr. Strong, from his perspective, could be telling the truth because he's not on any of the communications. This is the first time I've heard of Mr. Strong.
Oh, wow.
So Mr. Strong could be really thinking that if he and Lee talked and Lee says, well, I've never sent her anything, he's supporting his friend and his business partner. And we get down for people like that say, I'm going to take a stand with my friend. But as I've said to Mr. Strong, will you speak as loudly when you find out that those things aren't true, and I was offered those things, and I'm not just pulling it out the air, because what they're doing is they're putting my character in question, and they're putting my reputation in question, as if now I'm just screaming and saying, oh, look at what happened. By no means. I'm not angry with anybody. I understand the game. However, what I can't let you do is go out and speak things that you know not to be true.
Okay. So with that all being said, I absolutely agree with everything Monique said. And see how they tried to pit her and Taraji against one another. They tried to make it about her being jealous or hating on Taraji when that wasn't even the case. And then they lied and said that she was never offered the role of Cookie or the butler. Now, you heard what Ryan Cameron said in that video. He said that he saw the script. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't get a script unless they're thinking about putting you in the movie, okay? That's what you don't get. All right? So just all a load of BS, but here's the thing. As I said, all these people coming to Taraji's defense, but nobody came to Monique's defense. And in fact, Monique was blackballed for over a decade, all because she spoke out. Okay? And now we see all these other people creeping up out of the woodwork, and they're complaining about the same things that she complained about all those years ago. I find it very interesting how some people tend to have selective outrage and how some people tend to support only certain people. When they're all in the same career and they all look like one another, they should be supporting each other all the time. No matter if one person speaks out, they all should stand behind that one person. You know, I just think it's very interesting. Queen Sam said how they often do pit us against each other. Right. I.e. East Coast, West Coast beef. Yes, this is what they do. Absolutely. Linda said today's her birthday. Happy birthday, beloved. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so, you know, I just find it interesting, like I said, and I just wanted you all to hear that so you know how they lied on Monique back in the day, as if she was just making this all up, saying that they didn't offer her those roles, when in fact they absolutely did. Lee Daniels. Okay, absolutely did. All right, so she had a witness. It wasn't just her and Sydney saying this. Ryan Cameron saw the script as well. But anyway, let me continue. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now let's talk about Bishop T.D. Jakes. Because, honey, when I tell you that I was listening to Larry Reid, and I'm going to play the audio for you, not the video, because I don't have Larry's permission, but I will play the audio. But let me say this. Now, when I played the audio of Prophet Manasseh Jordan yesterday, I had a feeling that he was talking about someone specific, not as it pertained to himself, though. I thought maybe he knew someone who had been groomed by a specific person, but not that it was him. But in fact, according to Larry Reid, it was him. Okay, and I'm going to let you hear what Larry Reid had to say about it. And at the end of the day, this is all real messy, but let's talk about some of the other drama that has in fact gone on with the Jakes family, because they seem to stay in drama. Also, let me say this. Here's the thing. Before I get started on that, let me say this. First of all, I love how Bishop T.D. Jakes got up there on Christmas Eve and before his congregation and said that he's not going to address a lie, and then proceeded to spend the majority of his sermon addressing the lie. Didn't y'all find that interesting? He got up there and said, I'm not even going to address a lie. Some of y'all came here out of concern. Some of you are tuned in to see what I have to say. If that's why you tuned in, you can log out, because I'm not going to address a lie. But there will come a time. Well, that time must have been Christmas Eve, because that's when you addressed it. How do you not address something by addressing it? Make it all make sense. And he talked about it for a large part of the sermon. Okay? So I'm sorry. It's given guilty to me. Now, I don't know if he did any of the things, some of the things, or none of the things. But at the end of the day, it's given guilty to me. Because if you didn't do any of these things and you claim it's a lie and you're not going to address it, then why did you spend so much time addressing it? And why is he striking people's channels? Because Thorne Monroe said that T.D. Jakes' camp struck his channel. They hit him with a strike for copyright about a video that he claims everybody's playing. So I have questions. If you're not concerned about this, why are you trying to shut people down? Why are you trying to silence people, striking channels and all that, and addressing it during Christmas Eve and saying you're not going to address it? I have a whole lots of questions. All right, that's all I'm saying. And you all saw the video that I played for you yesterday with the young woman saying certain things about certain pastors, and he happens to be one of them. I'm not saying whatever she said was true. I'm just telling you that you heard what she said. Now let's talk about it. Because like I said, a whole bunch of nefarious as far as I'm concerned. Cora Jakes accused of spiritual manipulation as ex-husband remains jailed for child sexual abuse. Jakes family responds. And I want you all to pay attention, because my day ones who have been following me since I came to YouTube just a few years ago, 3 years ago, you all know that I covered the story where they accused T.D. Jakes' daughter a woman, I believe her name is Michelle, accused T.D. Jakes' daughter, whom she said she knew since she was 10 years old, I believe, of taking her son through spiritual manipulation because the woman was suffering from postpartum depression. I'm sorry, postpartum depression. Okay. So anyway, let's talk about it. And then not to mention, Cora's husband is in prison or on his way, because I don't know if they've transferred him from the jail to the prison yet. But anyway, here's what they say. Recent shocking allegations have been swirling around a high-profile Christian family. But there has been no official word addressing the damaging accusations until now. The family of Bishop T.D. Jakes is speaking out through a representative in response to two separate claims, both linked to Bishop Jakes' eldest daughter, Cora Jakes, and her ex-husband, Richard Brandon Coleman, also known as rapper Ski Ventura. Now, initially, it was revealed that Richard had been arrested for ongoing sexual abuse of one of his and Cora's adopted minor children, which precipitated the Coleman's divorce earlier this year. Not long after, a Texas woman identifying herself as Michelle Loud, the birth mother of Coleman's 7-year-old adopted son, Jason, uploaded a tearful video online. Now, I tried to find that video, but it looks like it's been deleted. Okay. In it, Loud, a hairdresser, claimed that while she was homeless and battling postpartum depression, Cora took advantage of her by using spiritual manipulation to convince the struggling single mother that it was God's will to give up her child. Loud said the powerful minister, let me tell y'all something right here. Let me stop right here and say this. If somebody is really your friend and you're going through a struggle and you're homeless and you have a child and you're suffering from postpartum depression and all of that, I would think that they would try to help you to get back on your feet, maybe offer you a job, because I'm sure they have plenty of jobs at the Potter's house. Pay attention. So maybe offer them a job, okay? Perhaps you'd be kind enough to give them a donation to help them get back on their feet, not take their child. And even if you did take their child into your custody while they're going through their struggles, why wouldn't you have some type of agreement that they can get the child back once they get on their feet? I just have questions, but let me continue. That's just how I think. Now, it goes on to say, Loud said the powerful minister and prayer warrior said she told me that she was only there to help me after I had Jason, but instead was set up from the beginning, with Cora constantly telling me that I didn't have my son for myself. In her public video, the accuser also said she did not know how to deal with postpartum depression, and Cora preyed on me on my vulnerability. And I'm talking about pray, P-R-E-Y-E-D, not pray, P-R-A-Y-E-D. Said she preyed on my vulnerability, using Loud's unstable circumstances and mental state against her in court. Who does that to someone they knew since the age of 10? Now, the Jakes family, however, calls Loud's allegations slanderous attempts to smear Cora Jakes' reputation, according to a statement. Now, they say her children were properly adopted through this is their statement that they gave. Her children were properly adopted through a multi-year process with numerous checks and reviews. Now, this process is afforded to anyone in the United States of America, and there was no preferential treatment given to Cora. Any claims to the contrary are false and defamatory. As adoptions are bound by law, the applicable documents and court proceedings preclude detailed public commentary. As previously reported, Cora, who directs the children's ministry at the Potter's house, documented on her infertility struggles on her blog, Fertility Faith, which she began writing at age 24. Now, in a blog dated January 14th of 2012, Cora wrote, I was 22 years old when I was diagnosed with polycystic ovarian syndrome. I was 23 when I was diagnosed with infertility. I was 24 when I started my first in vitro fertilization cycle. And December 29th of 2011 at 2:45 p.m., I found out that it didn't work out and I was not pregnant. My world was in that moment shattered. Now, it was through adoption that Cora achieved her dream of motherhood, something she openly celebrated, regularly posting family photos on social media to document happy moments shared by the Coleman family. But the bliss abruptly ended in January when Cora released a divorce announcement. At that time, no cause for the split was disclosed. Now it is known that Richard was taken into custody, this is her husband, on May the 4th on child abuse charges and remains at Wayne McCollum Detention Center in Waxahachie, Texas. His bond was set for $150,000. Through their rep, the Jakes family said, here are the facts as we know them today. Cora's ex-husband is in jail, charged with the sexual abuse of a child. He is in jail because of the family immediately reported the abuse to law enforcement authorities and has cooperated at every level with law enforcement and the prosecution. Now, the family acted swiftly and without hesitation as they strongly believe in zero tolerance for any kind of abuse. This matter does not involve the Potter's house. Cora is personally devastated by the events and deserves the privacy and respect of someone who wrestles with feeling responsible for events for which she had no control. With that all being said, I have questions as to whether the child that she got from Michelle Loud was safer in her home rather than Michelle's. But let me continue. Expressing disdain for the circulation of Loud's story detailing alleged spiritual manipulation, the statement adds, the Jakes family is attempting to heal itself. The minor child that has been abused and the minor child that has been abused, and the adults who are also traumatized by these events. It is unfortunate that perpetuating baseless gossip will only risk greater pain and injury to the minor, as this child will have to explain to others in the future what was written about them, even though the child has no voice today. So with that all being said, in conclusion, the family requested prayer as they focus on healing. Well, I understand all of that, but I also have to wonder how much prayer for the healing of Michelle Loud did they do after Cora took this woman's child and refused to give it back? I have questions. Okay, I have questions. Hold on. Bertha says, Cora, avoid going through the proper procedures because of history of mental illness. Okay. Right, Queen, because Michelle has several other children. I'm looking forward to 2024 because all the tea is being spilled since then. Yeah, you got that right, beloved. You got that right. But hold on. Now, let's also talk about this young woman who filed a lawsuit against them, and there was even a petition. Okay, hold on, let me pull this up. There was even a petition. Now, this woman claims that she was assaulted physically at the church. And she filed a lawsuit. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. A woman by the name of Audrey Stevenson. Now, I'm going to let you see the video that this woman recorded while all of this was going on. Because she was recording this on her phone. Now, you can't see it clearly because there was a lot of stuff going on, apparently. Ex-Potter House volunteer files lawsuit against TD Jakes Ministries over assault in church. Let me put this young woman's face up on the screen. That's her right there. Audrey Stevenson, a former volunteer at the Potter's House of Fort Worth, Texas, who was caught on video being handcuffed and physically removed from the church during a dispute with the elder in March, has filed a lawsuit against TD Jakes Ministries and several other parties over the incident. Now, in the lawsuit cited by the Star Telegram, Stevenson, age 22 at the time, named Potter's House church administrator Rhonda Lewis, security guard Brandon Amy, and Deontay Graham, another Potter's House employee, for alleged false imprisonment and emotional distress. In the suit, Amy is also accused of assault. Now, Amy is Brandon Amy, the security guard. And from what I saw of the video, well, I do believe that he assaulted this young woman, and it was all unnecessary as far as I'm concerned. And the fact that they called the police on her and had her handcuffed over something so minuscule, because at the end of the day, they're the ones, in my opinion, who escalated this whole thing. Now, I'm going to let you all judge for yourselves, because I find it all so egregious. But this is how so-called Christians be acting up in church. Please pay attention. Hold on just a moment. Here we go right here. Now, this is a 10-minute video, okay? This is a 10-minute video, but I wanted you all to hear from beginning to end how they did this young woman and how they were talking to her, and seemed as though, because you can't see all of it because the camera, the phone was sideways in some instances or whatever, but it seemed as though they were assaulting her, okay?
You had a problem with me. Luis, hold on. No, ma'am,
don't ma'am me.
Don't ma'am you. We're in the house. We're in the house of the Lord.
I know. That's my point. That we're in the house of the
let's
Lord.
calm down. And I did nothing wrong.
Absolutely. Because you don't go to Lady V when someone is giving you call up under production.
And Luis did not sit me down. Today he said to me, he set me down last Sunday. I said, okay, we're gonna have a meeting. We're gonna call pastor. We're gonna get up. Ma'am, excuse me. This is what I want to do because I don't serve the Lord under restriction. Because you have to understand, this is spiritual. This is spiritual. This is not spiritual. This is not spiritual. This is not spiritual.
I can't think of your name, baby.
No, this is not spiritual. We're in the house of the Lord, and aren't you an elder?
And your point is what? Right now I'm the church administrator.
Ma'am. But hold on, let
me be clear. Let me be clear because I'm the church administrator.
You're getting frustrated.
You know why I'm getting frustrated? Because I don't do lies. I don't do lies.
Who lied?
You did.
What did I lie about?
Luis
told me. No, I didn't. Luis just told. So what did Luis just say? What's the conversation me and Luis had?
I don't know.
No, he didn't.
You had with Luis.
So grab Luis.
I don't have to grab Luis.
Because Luis did not sit me down. You set me down. That's what he said. That's what he said,
okay, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
So for God.
So let's just say I did. Let's just say I did.
You told Luis that, yes.
If I set it down, then it's shut down. So
I went to First Lady and we're having a meeting.
No, okay.
No, we're not.
Thank you.
We're not. I'm just letting you know.
So First Lady lied to me? First Lady lied to me? Okay, she said you were going to be a part of the meeting because you're the one that said this and started this. Because yes, ma'am, you asked Luis to sit me down. Luis never had a problem with me. And you've been blackballing me for months. So let's be real, ma'am. Okay. And you're not being, you told me to shut up. I'm being spiritual. I'm being spiritual right now. Because you're an elder. At the end of the day, you need to give me spiritual guidance.
Yes, and guess what? I'm trying to give it to you, but this
No, you're not, ma'am. You're yelling at me and you're having an attitude.
You know why I have an attitude? Because I don't do lies.
I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. What did Luis say? What did Luis say?
He just said to Pastor Winfield. You told him Pastor Winfield.
No, I told him I called First Lady and she said, why did I do that? Because I have the opportunity. I have the right to. I have the right to call anybody. Because you are. As an elder of the church, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, and you should, and everybody, you should be ashamed of yourself. No, please don't do that. Because if this is how this church, operates, if this is how Brandon, if this is how
no, you're talking to me. Let me explain something.
You're gonna put your hands on me?
I'm gonna put my hands on you. Let me explain something.
You putting your hands on me? I'm trying to leave. I'm not pushing you. I'm trying to leave. Brandon, I'm not allowed. Because if this is how this church operates, if this is how Brandon, you're one-sided. If this is how
no, you're talking to me. Let me explain something.
You're gonna put your hands on me?
I'm gonna put my hands on you. Let me explain something to you.
Brandon, you putting your hands on me?
No,
Brandon, you putting your hands on me? I'm trying to leave. I'm not pushing you. I'm trying to leave, Brandon. I'm trying to leave. Let me leave. Let me leave. Brandon, let me leave.
We're gonna get this in the butt today.
Let me leave. Brandon, let me leave. Get off of me. Brandon, what? Are you freaking kidding me? Brandon, are you kidding me? Brandon, stop. Brandon, stop. I didn't do it. Stop. I didn't do anything. Brandon, I didn't do anything. Stop. Let me go. I didn't do anything. Why are you doing this to me? Brandon, I didn't do anything. Can you guys can you get your knees off my back? Sir, I've broken no law. I just want to leave. Please, let me leave. Let me leave. Get this off. Let me leave. Are y'all serious? Ma'am, no, I didn't break any law. Ma'am, I didn't break any law. Why do you have me in custody? Legally, you can't. I need to find out why. I didn't do anything. me? Why would you put me in cuffs, Brandon? Are you serious?
I'm about to talk to you. Have a seat.
Are you serious? Give me my phone. Put it in my lap, please. Put it in my lap. That's my
Nobody's
property.
gonna mess with it.
Why would you put me in cuffs and throw me on the ground,
Because I tried
Brandon?
to talk to you.
I'm trying to leave.
What you have to understand.
We're done.
We're not
We're
done.
done. My membership is done with this church. It's over. Can I leave, ma'am? Can I leave? That's my right.
She's been instructed.
You can't detain me.
Hold on. You are being detained right now. Hold on. Just sit
I
tight.
didn't break a law.
I don't know.
But we are investigating. And the quicker
What did I
we get
do?
quiet, the quicker we can investigate.
She's been told by her supervisor. She's a volunteer.
Okay.
She can't be backstage. She can't serve.
Okay.
She was on the stage a while ago serving. I went to Deontay. I went to Luis, and I said,
Deontay?
That's Deontay.
Okay.
He's new. He's our new production manager. I said, who allowed her back on stage?
Okay.
She said, Pastor did. I know Pastor didn't say that. So I came back here, was looking for her. Deontay told me she was back here. Tried to talk to her. She rises up on Rhonda. Rhonda's trying to explain to her the system of the church. All we wanted to do, all we wanted to do was have a conversation about the system. She rises up, she starts getting loud.
I just wanted to
She's
leave,
like, I'm gonna
Brandon.
leave. No,
I want
you
to
can't leave
leave.
at this point because I need to explain to you what's happening.
I'm okay. I get what's happening. I'm leaving.
It's
Please.
not okay.
Brandon, can I
not
leave?
okay. So I'm explaining to her the situation. Or trying to.
Hold on.
At this
Sir,
point,
what's your name?
at this point, I reach out, I'm like, hey, let me talk to you. So she's doing out like this, she knocked the camera thing over.
You pushed me, Brandon.
I did not push you into the
Brandon,
camera.
you wasn't pushing me and putting your hands on me.
Deontay, this is not going to handle.
Can you please let me go home?
Thank you. So I'm trying
Are you
to talk to
serious?
her
You
and
saw him
explain to
pushing
her
me?
The system, right?
But you saw him pushing me. I'm trying to leave.
So I'm trying to explain to her.
I'm trying to leave.
I'm trying to hold her for a second so I can come
No,
to
I didn't. You
can have a
front.
conversation.
Please, let me go. Please, this is confrontation, man. I don't have to go through this at all. I'm done with this ministry. I'm leaving.
So right
Your
at
property.
this point.
I'm leaving.
At this point, I was just trying to explain to her what's happening.
Sir, and we're done.
She's all backstage. She's all over the church, and she has to understand she can't do that.
But at this point, she's no longer part of church, and you.
I'm done. I'm done with my membership. Can I please be uncuffed? We're done. We're done. Please, sir. This is illegal. This is illegal. We're done. No, I'm not going outside with these cuffs on me like I broke the law. No. Uncuff me right here. This is illegal. Uncuff me right here. Got me messed up.
Do you have any more property other than your
You
have any more property
you
other
gonna
than
get
your,
yours.
You have any property other than your phone?
Don't worry about my property. Don't worry about my property.
Well, you have to get it.
Give me my phone.
You have to, don't snatch nothing. Now to get it, you can't go back.
Yeah, I'm on 10.
You on 10? What's
I'm on 10. I'm on 10 with all of y'all. Y'all got me messed up.
Man, you going out this door right here.
Give me my purse. Go get my purse. Brandon, you put your hands on me.
Stand right there. Stand right there.
You pushing me
right
again. Go get my purse.
Stand right
Go
there.
get my purse. It's backstage. Go get my purse before I lose it. Go get my purse. All of you. You're an elder, and you're going straight to hell. You're going to hell on a one-way trip. On a one-way trip. I'm from Detroit. You're from Sean. What's up?
Let's not do that.
On a one-way trip.
You cannot
Why can I
move. You
leave?
gotta stay right there.
Why can I
I'm
leave?
getting your property and you're going out there.
Hurry up! Hurry up! Hurry up! I'm bipolar. Hurry up! Hurry up! What that mean? This is your only security. Give me my. No, I'm not. I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to leave.
You want to wait for your property or not?
So can I leave? You're saying I'm trust.
Yes.
Okay, so how? Where's my? Yes, I do.
Stand right there and wait for it.
Who is she?
You know exactly who she
Where
is.
she is? It's backstage. What's taking so long? It's right there. What does it look like?
You probably can hear you.
It's red. Brandon, stop.
Grown man.
I get some. Yeah, a grown man gonna come up here.
I'm waiting.
Where is it? Yes, it's in the production booth. Go get it. And go put it on the curb. It's red. It's in the production booth. Go put it on the curb. Can you let me out? Let me out. Let me out now. y'all going straight to hell.
That was a lot. Now, they did all of that to that poor young woman because she supposedly, according to them, wasn't supposed to be on the stage. But she said that she called the first lady and was told she could go on the stage. And then if you pay attention, the elder woman asked her, why did you do that? Like, why did she call the first lady? She said because she could. Now, that was all very hostile, and Brandon clearly sounded aggressive. And so did the woman, because she was saying, oh, don't ma'am me. The young lady was trying to be respectful. Who gets upset about being called ma'am? But this is Christian folk. This is Christian folk. Okay, and then they had the police handcuff her. A volunteer at their church, they had the police handcuff her. Now, mind you, she wasn't being violent. She didn't put hands on anyone. She wasn't cursing. She was making no threats. They were, in fact, holding her. They were holding her. That's false imprisonment. You can't hold her there to make her listen to what you have to say, because that's what Brandon did. That's what Brandon did. Now, when you heard the police officer ask him, why was she there or being detained or whatever, he said, I was trying to tell her that she can't do this and she can't do that. She'd already said her membership's over. She's not coming back. So who is he to sit there and try to force her to listen to what he, in fact, has to say? Who does he think he is? Who do many of these people like that think that they are? So you're going to make somebody listen to you? You're going to detain them so they have to listen to you? You're going to put your hands on them and physically assault them so they can listen to you? You all heard her asking numerous of times, let me leave. Just let me go. Brandon, you're going to put your hands on me? He said, yeah, I'm trying to make you listen. But some of you all said, why didn't she press charges? Well, at the end of the day, the police didn't do anything because according to the report that I read, the police supposedly said that they found that there was no assault. Okay? Now let's go to the family statement after all of this foolishness. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Now here's the statement dated March 27th of 2018. While honoring our 2018 TORI graduates at the Potter's House of Dallas, an unfortunate incident occurred at our Potter's House of Fort Worth campus. To accurately assess the occurrence, Pastor Patrick Winfield II and I took the time required to evaluate the situation completely without bias. Sure, they did. I'm pretty sure they were biased. Statements from all persons on staff have been reviewed meticulously to comprehend what actually occurred. While many of the extenuating circumstances are not shown in the video that was published March 25th of 2018, many of the extenuating circumstances weren't shown, such as what? Such as what? Because she started recording them as soon as they came back there and confronted her. Now, someone asked in the chat, who's recording? Well, it was the young lady who was being assaulted. That's why the video was so jumbled around and all of that, because she clearly was being manhandled. Now, they go on to say, while many of the extenuating circumstances are not shown in the video that was published March 25th of 2018, this still does not justify the lack of professionalism exhibited by the staff or by the safety officer that we require and expect from all of our employees. Emotions quickly escalated and a complete breakdown of communication occurred, resulting in what played out in the video. Excuses as far as I'm concerned. I'm extremely disappointed and apologize for how Ms. Stevenson was treated and the ill conduct she received. Privately, we will be reaching out to Ms. Stevenson to offer her the apology she rightly deserves. Honey, I wouldn't want an apology. That's the last thing I want, okay? After that, I want revenge. And the best way to get it is to hit those pockets. But let me continue. Now, the safety officer in question's tenure with us has been a positive one. This unfortunate incident, however, has endangered his continuance with our ministry pending the outcome of a comprehensive review, which is consistent with our protocols. Understand that what occurred was not handled according to our safety guidelines that all officers are required to adhere to while working for the Potter's House. Effective immediately, I have ordered a policy review with all of our safety officers to ensure that delicate situations like these are handled appropriately. In other words, they're going to give them more training. Okay, please pay attention. The same thing the police say when they do stuff like this to people. Okay, without a good reason. Throughout our entire ministry, we go to great lengths to minimize as many inconveniences to our weekly parishioners while providing proper protection to themselves, their families, children, and belongings with help from safety and police officers. It is never our aim to ask anyone or ask someone to exit our premises, but when it is necessary, we hope all responses are met with appropriate and professional behavior. We proudly and warmly open our church doors each and every week to thousands of parishioners each week from all backgrounds. We are taking immediate steps to ensure our employees continue serving our community and the communities of the world with excellence. Protecting the safety and dignity of all who worship at any of our locations will continue to be paramount. Signed, Bishop T.D. Jakes Sr., Senior Pastor. Well, I'm sorry, but that definitely is not what I would ever call professional. Okay? And here's the thing. You can't train a person, into being humane, decent, having integrity, or any of those things. That's something that you either have or you don't. Okay? They sounded like bullies. They sounded like they belong to a cult as far as I'm concerned. I mean, like trying to force her to stay there. Oh, you can't leave until you hear what I have to say. That's what it was given. Okay? That's what it was given. And it's just also nefarious because these are Christian folk and they're doing all of this in the church. Now, I have questions as to what they do when they're not in the church. If they would do all of that in the house of the Lord, what are you doing outside of it? I have questions. Okay? Charles Watson said, I just said that, Queen. All right. This is all so nefarious. But hold on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the audio that I played for you on yesterday by Prophet Manasseh Jordan again. And this time I want you to pay attention to everything that he says, because then I'm going to play Larry Reid talking about how Prophet Manasseh Jordan told him that he was in fact groomed by Bishop T.D. Jakes himself. I want y'all to pay attention, honey. It's all nefarious. All right. It's all nefarious. Now, when you have another pastor claiming that this happened to them by another pastor, this isn't just speculation at this point. This isn't just rumors and innuendo at this point. If a whole pastor, is coming out and saying this happened to him, well, I'm going to go ahead and say I believe it. I'm going to go ahead and say I believe it at the end of the day. All right. At the end of the day. And I feel really bad for Prophet Manasseh Jordan. Okay. I feel really bad for him. You know, he started preaching when he was a teenager. He started preaching when he was a teenager. And this is really sad. I only have to ask myself if this is in fact true, which I believe it is. But if it is in fact true, how many other people have had to experience and endure the same type of treatment? Now, we remember how Bishop Eddie Long got up there in front of everybody and sat up there and acted like he didn't do any of the things that those young men accused him of. Let me tell y'all something. I used to go to Bishop Eddie Long's church. I joined his church years ago, back in 2000. I sure did. I joined his church as a young woman. I would go to Bible study on Wednesdays and all of that. Now, I'm going to tell you what I soon found out. It seemed to me that there was a little bit of pimping going on up in that church. That's what it seemed like to me, because I'm going to give you an example. So one time they were supposed to have a church retreat, and I think we were supposed to be going to Hawaii, if I'm not mistaken. But so the trip was going to cost somewhere close around $2,000, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're going to be there like a week or whatever. Well, here's the thing. Bishop Eddie Long got up there in the pulpit and said to the congregation, for any of the young women who can't afford to go on the trip, I want y'all to pay attention, because if this don't sound like pimping, that's what it sounds like to me. Got up there in the pulpit and said, if any of the young women can't afford to go on the retreat, you need to get with one of the men in the congregation and get them to pay for it for you. Say what now? Yeah, that's what he said. You need to get with one of the men in the congregation and get them to pay for it for you. Now, I'm sorry, but if any man that is not your man is paying $2,000+ for you to go on a trip, what do you think he's going to be expecting? What do you think he is going to be expecting? Make it all make sense. Okay, make it all make sense. So anyway, let me go to the audio. Now I'm going to start this audio, as I said, with Prophet Manasseh Jordan, talking about being groomed and how it all happens. And then you'll hear Larry Reid say what he has to say. I'm going to put an overlay on the screen because, again, I do not have permission to play this video. So I'm going to just play the audio.
What really happens, and it's seldom talked about, is that there's something called grooming. And it happens in the Pentecostal church. It happens in many churches, but I'm referring to the Black church specifically. And what that means is that there'll be a bishop, a pastor, apostle, someone who has big conferences. Everybody knows, oh my God, they're the holy man of God. And they will pick their victims and they groom them. And it first goes through stage one where they ask questions. What are you into? What do you like? You need to tell daddy everything. And so they're using verbosity and they're using this type of garrulous narrative to try to make you feel comfort, to make you build comfort with their victim. And then from there, it goes into stage two. And stage two is where it begins to become sexual. And it first starts by either making facetious jokes, making little statements, innuendos, and then it goes into the questions of what turns you on? What do you like sexually? You need to tell me this because I need to know, because I need to be able to pray for you. So it's almost like a psychological power game that they're playing with you. And in your head, if you say something wrong, they project it on you. They body shame you. Oh, you're too sexual. Oh, look at your body. Oh, you're the one that's making me do this. Oh, you. And so you have that in the back of your head. And then you also have in their head of their dumb, misinformed followers who are pushing this predatory narrative because they're so in awe with either trying to be like them, either worshiping them, or not worshiping God, or worshiping their denomination or where they come from. And so they're not even there seeing with the eyes of truth, but they're there seeing out of carnality. And so they're sitting up there and they're protecting them. And the leader, the bishop, the pastor, they know this. And so they know and they feel invisible. Oh, I can get away with this. I just have to make a statement to my church. I just have to tell them. And they're never going to question. Why is it so many people? Why is it always coming up? Why is everybody lying? So everybody's lying? Where there's a mouse, there's mice. And then it goes into the third stage. And the third stage is where they try to become intimate with you. And if you do not allow this, they drop you. They treat you like you're nothing. And they abandon that young male or that young woman. But from my experience, I can only speak from a young male point of view. They abandon that young male and they treat them like they're nothing because they didn't acquiesce to what they wanted sexually. And they look for another victim. And they know they can get away with it because their followers are not people that love the Lord. They worship the pastor. They worship the bishop. So they're not seeking for truth. And so this is the day and age that we're in. And I still believe that there are believers that do not worship personality, so to speak. They don't care who you are. I don't care if you're bishop this, prophet this, apostle that. But they really love the Lord. And so they really are worshiping the spirit of truth, which is Jesus. And they really are about that. And so they can see past that. I want to say to victims that might not have a platform or might feel like you're going to be judged and you can't say nothing, because this is what they try to tell you. You're going to be judged. You can't say nothing. You're sowing the seed of tear. You know, God is the judge. Yeah, we know God is the judge, but God judges people also through legal systems. God judges people also through other people. There's a group of Christians and we're here and we believe in you and we're here to support you. And if you've been feeling in your heart that you can't say nothing, now's the time for you to speak out. There's still a remnant group of Christians that are not worshiping celebrities. They're not worshiping how big someone's conference is, who they are, or their name, or their notoriety, but they believe in truth, and they're here for you. And I'm not a victim, but I'm someone that is speaking truth to help victims that have experienced this, to say, we see you. And there's a group of Christians, men and women of God, that are the true men and women of God, that are here to pray for you. Some of the biggest monsters are right in front of your face, and they manipulate their pulpit to push their nasty agenda, and their followers are duplicitous to it. Group of Christians that are not worshiping celebrities, they're not worshiping how big someone's conference is, who they are, or their name, or their notoriety, but they believe in truth, and they're here for you. And I'm not a victim, but I'm someone that is speaking truth to help victims.
Hold on. Sorry, guys. Hold on just a second. All right, here we go.
The pulpit and how their followers just really grab hold of it.
Now, this is Larry Reid speaking.
And just hold up the arms of that particular person that is actually guilty of grooming.
Hold on, everybody. We have 848 people in the chats. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Everybody hit that like button. If you don't like the video, why are you here listening? I'm waiting for the likes to go up. Then I'll start the video back, or the audio. Deronda said the likes ain't liking. Let's get those likes up. I'm going to sit right here and wait because I got time today. I don't know about y'all. There we go. That's more like it. Keep it coming. All right, so let's get back to it. Keep those likes coming, beloveds.
For the purposes of being sexual with someone. The story that Prophet Manasseh Jordan is telling you is a story that he told me a while ago and swore me to secrecy. Little did I know that he had also confided in his sister and showed her proof, there is proof, of how he was communicating with him and how it really messed with his mind. And the reality is that it actually caused Manasseh to experience some real trauma. So when he says that he's not a victim, what he's saying is he was not physically violated. However, everything else he discussed in this video, he experienced it at the hands of Bishop T.D. Jakes, and he told me it was Bishop T.D. Jakes. This is not the only situation or the only person that has a testimony or story like this. Some others, it did get physical. But
y'all heard that? I want you all to pay attention. Now, Larry Reid says that Prophet Manasseh Jordan told him that it was Bishop T.D. Jakes that he was talking about that groomed him. Okay, that's what he said. He also said that that wasn't the only instance, but with Prophet Manasseh Jordan, it did not get physical, but he was being groomed, allegedly, according to Larry Reid. So with that all being said, he then goes on to say that there were some other cases where it got physical. I just want you all to pay attention.
Manasseh, it was grooming, and the grooming was excessive, manipulative, and he did confront Bishop Jakes about it and how he was handled. But that's all I'm going to say as it relates to that, because Manasseh can tell that part. In fact, what would be really good, since Manasseh is so great at articulating the grooming thing, is if he, maybe we can partner together and do a documentary and call all of these guys together. I think that would be a better thing to do, honestly, than going to the courts in Dallas. I think the best thing to do is to produce a documentary that talks to all of the guys from the 10 major Black pastors in America who have boyfriends, adjutants, assistants that their wife know nothing about. Some they do know.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. I'm going to stop it right there. Now, you all heard what he said. Now, he's talking about doing a whole documentary. I want y'all to pay attention. And he's asking anybody else that has gone through this to come out and speak on it so they can be included in the documentary, and they need to bring receipts. I just want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, this is all crazy. This is all real crazy. But you see, pay attention, because the truth is being exposed. People are being exposed left and right. I want you to pay attention, because here we have Monique, who spoke about things over a decade ago that nobody paid attention to, and she in fact got blackballed. Now the truth's coming out that Monique was right all the time. Now you have Taraji P. Henson complaining about the unequal treatment, and then you have Gabrielle Union speaking on her behalf, and then you have Michelle Obama even speaking on her behalf. So that's all coming to light. That's all coming to light, and guess what? Now, was Taraji talking about Oprah? I have questions because Monique was talking about Oprah and Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry when she was going on her whole rants. Okay, project that they had something to do with. So I'm just wondering. So with that all being said, you all need to pay attention. Okay, pay attention. This is all so nefarious at the end of the day. What is it? It is what it is. I'm sorry. It says Kevin Hart also. Yes, Tasha K got some scoop on him. So this is definitely nefarious, Mr. Elevation. Okay, 643 Soldier says the year of exposure is real. It absolutely is. Okay. But here's the thing I want to say about Bishop T.D. Jakes. I agree with Larry Reid. Larry Reid said that it was stupid for him to say that it was all lies, because he said that all these pastors know who likes what. That's what Larry Reid said. Now, what I'll say is I do think that it was stupid for him to say that it was all lies unequivocally. So you mean he never went to a Diddy party ever? I could have sworn I showed you all a video December the 4th of him at a party. I could have sworn I showed you all that. Wasn't he at that Diddy party when I showed him? And I muted it because it was playing music in the background. I think one of Biggie's songs. That wasn't a Diddy party. That crazy bitch Eric said, you did, Queen. Exactly. December the 4th. Go back and check the footage. But here's the thing. I find it also interesting that he said it was all lies, unequivocally. You know what he maybe should have said? He could have denied the allegations and implications, but not denied the fact that he, in fact, went to a party. He could have said, I was there to save souls. Or I was just there briefly and I left. He could have said a myriad of things. But to say that is unequivocally all lies, I have questions. I have questions at the end of the day. And like I said, it's given guilty to me because he spent a little bit too much time and effort trying to hide this story. You striking people's channels. You going out here saying you're not going to talk about it and address the lie, but then you continue to address the lie over and over again during your sermon on Christmas Eve. I just have questions. And then he called the people freaks. Did you all hear that part when he said that on his video during the sermon? He called the people freaks. I don't have time for these freaks or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of he has other stuff to concern himself with other than hanging out with freaks or something like that. So he called the people freaks. But you weren't with those freaks at any Diddy party?
Not what? I have questions. I have questions. So this is all nefarious, but like I told you all, everything's been exposed. It's all coming out in the wash at the end of the day. Okay, pretty soon we're gonna know exactly what went down. Y'all just sit back and wait. Okay, y'all just sit back and wait for the receipts to continue to be dropped, because I guarantee you it's all gonna come out. You can deny it all you want, just like Eddie Long did. Okay, just like Eddie Long did. You all remember how Eddie Long denied all that stuff? And then what happened later? All right, Millie Rich Folks said, thank you for the news, Queen Popcorn. You're welcome, beloved. Okay. So Cut the Bullshit Wayman says, one of YouTuber's psychic, a black male, did 2 readings. There is footage of him at Diddy's parties. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is, because I think I showed some. That's all I'm saying on December the 4th. But anyway, I digress, because he clearly said unequivocally it's all lies, which wasn't a smart thing to do. See, here's the thing. Sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut. I have to question whether his attorneys, because I heard, don't know if this is true, but I heard that allegedly Bishop Jakes hired some high-powered attorneys. Those attorneys didn't tell him to keep his mouth shut, not to speak on it, because that's what they should have done, and that's what he should have done. He should have not spoken on it. Because, see, here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention. I want you all to pay attention, because, you know, when a person is on trial for murder, very often, most cases, the defense attorneys will tell them not to go and testify. They don't want them to testify. They will not allow them to testify on their own behalf. Because if you actually committed the crime, you're going to get up there and lie. You're going to have to, unless you're just going to admit that you did it, which you're not, because that's why you're on trial. So they don't want them to get up there because they don't know what line of questioning the prosecutor is going to come at them with during the cross. And also because they already know they're going to have to lie to make the jurors believe that they didn't commit the murder. With that all being said, I said all that to say this. If you didn't do anything, you should have kept your mouth shut. Because when you do something and then you speak on it and you're lying, it's obvious. I'm not saying he's lying, but I'm saying I think he's lying. That's what I'm saying. I absolutely think he's lying. Okay? That's what I think. Because everything that he's doing just seems guilty to me. Just seems guilty to me. You see, people tend to not have so much concern when people are spewing lies on them. When people are telling the truth and it's something nefarious that they don't want people to know and to get out and be exposed, then they have a whole lot of concern. It reminds me of when I exposed Vicky Dillard, aka Wig. It reminds me of when I was exposing Wig. Do you all remember my day ones who was there when I was dropping all those receipts on her federal case and her fake activism and all that stuff? And I was dropping those receipts. This wasn't hearsay. I had the receipts. Do you all remember how she sent me a cease and desist, had her attorney send me a cease and desist, trying to tell me to take down my videos? And I recorded the conversation when I called her attorney. And I told him, I'm not taking down anything because I've told not one lie. So let's get into it. She wants to go to court. Let's go. But I knew she wasn't going to court. I told you all she wasn't going to court. While she's sitting there lying, telling you all that she's getting her legal team together and all this and that. Where's the libel, defamation, libel, and slander suit? There was none because there was no lies told. It was all facts. And I knew it was all facts because I wouldn't have said it otherwise. So with that all being said, at the end of the day, this is all given somebody who's doing too much. Because remember, we kept coming on her platform when I was exposing her, calling people agents. Oh, they agents. These agents out here lying on me, lying on me. If the agents was lying on you, why didn't you go file a defamation, libel, and slander suit? Now everybody is an agent who's exposing her. I just want y'all to pay attention. Specifically me. I want y'all to pay attention. So these are the tactics of the guilty in my opinion. Innocent people don't move like this. They don't behave in such a manner. They don't go all out of their way to silence people, to shut people down. They just sit back and wait for the truth to come out. Because guess what? The truth always prevails. Just like it did when I was exposing Wig. Wig lied and lied and lied and then lied some more. Got her attorney to send me a cease and desist, to send Michi X a cease and desist, to send Angel Love a cease and desist. But she didn't do anything, okay? Because we kept talking. I kept talking. I didn't remove not one video, period. In fact, the videos are still up. I've removed many videos from my channel, okay, to get my monetization back. But at the end of the day, I didn't remove any of those videos about Wig or Bussy Rick either, nor will I, because I told no lies. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just saying that what Bishop is doing, to me, makes him look guilty. So maybe he should have just said nothing, like the attorneys tell their defendants, their clients, when it's a murder trial. They tell them, just say nothing. Don't get up there and speak for yourself, because if you get caught in a lie, it's going to look bad. If they think you're lying, it's not going to go good. Maybe he shouldn't have said anything. Maybe he shouldn't have said anything. That's all I'm saying. So, with that all being said, another thing is what my people need to stop doing is you need to, those of you who go to church, because I don't go to church any longer. I found out that church is nothing more than a business, and it's a whole lot of shenanigans going on inside the church, okay? That often they try to cover up and sweep under the rug. But at the end of the day, I worship the Most High myself at home. All right? In a meditation group. Okay? You can do the same thing. At the end of the day, just remember, praying to God, right? That's talking to God. And when you meditate, that's actually listening to God. Those of you on my spiritual channel, you know I've told you that numerous of times. So you can pray to God yourself. That's what you can do. When you talk to God, you can do that by yourself, anywhere that you are. Doesn't have to be at a church. It could be in your home, okay? You can meditate, which is listening to God. You can do that from anywhere that you are. I'm not telling you not to go to church, but I'm just saying that if you have a problem with things that you've come to find that are going on in your church, that's what you can do. So at the end of the day, it's a whole lot of shenanigans that go on. And what I'm going to need my people to do is to stop worshiping these pastors. These pastors put on their pants one leg at a time, just like the rest of us. These pastors are not God. They do not have any of the attributes that God has. When they're sitting there talking about healing and miracles, well, you should ask yourself. I'm not saying that there's nobody that can heal people, but I don't think there's a whole bunch of them. And I definitely don't think that most of these people that say they can do it actually can. Because Wig also said that she could heal people and raise the dead. Y'all remember that? Calling herself a whole prophetess back in the day when she was into the church before she went to prison. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. These people, like I told you before, who claim they can heal the sick and raise the dead, well, why don't they do it at the hospice for hospice care patients? At the hospital, where they got St. Jude with little children, babies even, dying of cancer. Why don't they go heal them? Why are you doing it in church? Because those are likely paid actors. That's why. It's likely their own family members. That's why. These people are not really unable to walk, and all of a sudden they get up and dance around and all of that. If they had that power, if they had that anointing, if they had that gift, you don't think they would go to the hospital and heal those people laying up there dying? Go to hospice care to see the patients? You don't think so? You don't think so? If they could literally raise the dead. I'm sorry, what? If they could raise the dead, well, why haven't they raised back up Malcolm X and Dr. King? I have questions. Talking about they could raise the dead. Why didn't they do that? Okay? That crazy beach area said fraud today. Exactly. Okay? Check for those who check for you. Said put your foot in it. Okay? Miss Hotel said we need a wig marathon again. We need them shows to run again, Queen. Oh, I'll put them back up. I sure will. I'll premiere those. Maybe I'll do it next week. Ocean Soul said pull a wig. Okay. We got wig 1 and wig 2 now, because now we got 2 people hating on the queen. Okay. Mad and calling the queen a drowning rat and all of that. But meanwhile, her hairline looks like she's wearing a drowning rat on her head. Okay. On her head, no less. Roger says the government will classify them as, where'd that comment go? Hold on. Classify them as mutants. Nandy said New Year's Eve marathon, the original queen. Okay, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Since you all requested, I'm going to have the wig marathon run on New Year's Eve. Okay, Miss Hotel said often imitated but never duplicated. Thank you, beloved. Caesar said salute to our queen. Thank you. Okay, Danielle said the Chronicles of Wig 1 and 2. Okay, so listen, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Once again, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Also, do me a favor and subscribe to my backup channel, the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. Make sure you subscribe to that channel, because if I'm not on this channel, I'll be on that one. All right? I love you, right, Black Juju. And so, Wavy though said the funeral episode will forever be infamous, Queen. Thank you, beloved. That was funny, right? Okay. Joan White says, Queen, the wigs could never. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so listen, I love you all to life. Thank you all for tuning in once again. We have 885 people in the chat. Please, everybody, like this video before you leave. Y'all know they have Queen Shadow Bands on all channels, honey. Okay, so with that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. And for those of you who are subscribed to the backup channel, I'm going to be live on there at 12 o'clock. Okay? It's 11:05 now. I'm going to be live on the backup channel at 12 o'clock. Because we got to talk about this man who drove 250 miles to kill somebody and kill the wrong person. We're going to talk about that, and the missing teenager who was pregnant found deceased. We're going to talk about that and some more stuff. So with that all being said, Miss Hotel said explosive live, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Miss Eva says we love you, Queen. I love you all right, Black. Okay. So with that all being said, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got